Good morning, students. Welcome in science class. Chapter 8 we are doing body movements. Today last topic we will discuss cartilages and the muscle contraction and movements of bones at the joints, means bending and the straightening of the arm. What is cartilage? You know. Most of the skeleton consists of hard bones. In that very first video you had seen the figure of skeleton. It consists of hard bones only. But however, at some place in the skeleton there is a material which is not as hard as bones and which can be bent. This is called cartilage. So we can now say that though most of the skeleton is made of bones, but it has some cartilage too also. Bones and the cartilages both are there in the skeleton. Cartilage is a firm but flexible also, found at some places in the skeleton. Cartilages are firm but they are flexible material. Cartilage is much softer than bone. Cartilage can be bent without breaking. If you will bend the bones, it will break. But if you will bend the cartilage, it won't break. In fact, cartilage is a kind of softer and elastic bone. Cartilage is present in the following places. In your textbook, it is given in figure 8.14 and 8.15 that I am explaining. It is not labeled. I am showing you the labeled figure. So cartilage is present in the pinna of ear. See this. This is your ear. That upper portion, that is the pinna. It contains the cartilage. If you want to bend, you can bend it. It is a flexible. With your hand just now you can do it. Then ear lobe, that the last portion. There is no cartilage. This is the figure of that ear. Same figure it is given in your textbook also, figure 8.14 and 8.15, and discussion also given. That same I am explaining but in different way. Cartilage first, where it is present? It is present in the pinna of ears, means the upper part of ears. Cartilage is also found at the end of the nose. Feel the end of your nose. We can bend the nose easily. Yes, you can do the movement of that tip part of your nose. There is a cartilage in the end of our nose. It is the presence of cartilage which gives support and shape to our nose. Also, it gives the shape and the support. So, cartilage gives shape and support to the organs like ears and nose both. Third, cartilage is found on the end of bones where they meet one another at a joint. Cartilage is found, as I told you, at the ends of the bones. So cartilage is smooth. The layer of smooth cartilage reduces the friction and allows the end of bones to move easily over each other without damaging them. Thus, cartilage is also found in the joints of our body. Cartilage, fourth, is also present as a cartilage disc between the vertebra of your backbone. Your spinal cord, backbone is there. So, disc of cartilage are present between the various small bones, that is the vertebra of the backbone. So, this disc between the vertebra makes the backbone flexible. So because of that only you can do the movement. So there reduces the jerk. Without the jerk you can do the bending of your body so that it can bend. And it also absorbs the shocks when we run, jump and other activities when you are doing. At the time it also prevent your vertebra from giving the shock and also prevent from getting deformed. So at this places cartilage is present. in the pinna of your ears, on the top of your nose, between the ends of, also found on the ends of the bones where they meet one another, and so that bones can move easily over each other without damaging them. And it also found between the vertebra as a cartilage disc. Again I am repeating, upper part of the ear is called the pinna and the lower part is called earlobe. If we press the pinna of our ear and earlobe between our fingers turn by turn, we will find that the pinna is harder than the earlobe. The pinna of our ear contains the cartilage. So cartilage gives the support and the shape to our ear. It is flexible. That is why we can bend the pinna of our ear quite freely without the danger of breaking. Now we have learnt about the bones in our body and about the joints that help us to move in different ways. What makes the bones move the way they do? Let us find out. For that, make a fist with the hand. अपनी हाथों से एक मुट्ठी बना लो and bend your arm at the elbow and touch your shoulder with the thumb. Elbow से अपना arm है ऊपर करो and with the thumb touch your shoulder. Do you see the change in the upper arm? Like this way. See figure A. Given in your textbook 8.16. And there only, under that only discussion it is given. Do you find any change in your upper arm? Touch it with the other hand. If you can't see any change with your eye, touch it with your other hand. Do you feel a swollen region inside your upper arm? Yes, this is a muscle. What is this? This is a muscle. The muscle bulge due to the contraction. So when you are making a fist and when you are bending your arm, at the time your muscles contract and it becomes smaller in length. Now bring your arm back to its original position as shown in the figure B. What happened to the muscle? Is it still contracted? No. You can observe similar contraction of muscles in your leg when you walk or run. So when contracted, the muscle becomes shorter, stiffer and thicker. It pulls the bone. You know what type of the contraction and they are doing. So when you are bending the arm, your arm consists of two parts, you know, upper arm and the lower arm. Only for your extra knowledge I am giving you. The upper arm has a bone. The top end of the upper bone is joined to the shoulder, you know, by the ball and the socket joint. The lower arm has two bones. The upper bone and the lower arm bones joined at the elbow by the hinge joint. Elbow से वो upper arm lower arm bone किससे जुड़े होते हैं? Hinge joint से. Now, upper arm bone has a pair of muscles called biceps and triceps. It is not given in your textbook, but upper arm bone को दो muscles होते हैं, उसको biceps and triceps बोलते हैं, on its two sides. So first, so when you are bending the arm, at that time biceps muscle contracts. See this figure, which you are seeing that bulging that muscle, no, that is your bicep muscles contracts, and that other, that lower one, that is the tricep muscles, it stretches or relaxes. This is done when you are bending the arm. In figure B, when you are straightening arm, at that time tricep muscles contracts and bicep muscles stretches or relaxes. Like this way muscles always work in pairs. Always muscles work in pair. When one of them contracts, the bone is pulled in that direction. The other muscle of the pair relaxes. To move the bone in the opposite direction, the relaxed muscle contracts to pull the bone towards its original position. Nothing. When you are bending the arm, upper arm has two pair of muscles, biceps and triceps. So when you bend the arm, bicep muscles contracts and tricep muscles relaxes, and when you straighten the arm, at that time उसका उल्टा हो जाता है. Tricep muscles it contracts and the bicep muscles it relaxes. Muscles can only be pulled, it cannot be pushed. Thus, two muscles have to work together to move a bone. So, when you are doing the movement of the bone, at the time both the muscles have to work together only. So, students, today we had completed the discussion of this chapter 8, and let me remind you that as per the rule, 30% course we are deducting in your class also. So in this chapter, gait of animals, that is the movement of animals, that we are not taking, we are omitting that portion. Rest we are doing in textual exercise and everything. So earthworm, snail, cockroach, birds, fish, how do snakes move, all this topic we are omitting. Gait of animals, that we are not doing, that we are omitting, we are deducting from this chapter. Rest, everything we are covering. So whatever we had covered, according to that related question answer, textual exercise, everything we will discuss in next video. Thank you, students.